So here we are. Welcome back, everybody. This is the Metaphysical Mystique. I'm your host and spiritual coach, soul work intuitive Jamie Jacobson. And we are here at a wonderful time, aren't we? This is the full moon in Capricorn with a lunar eclipse that is happening tomorrow. The moonrise time at 9:12 to be specific, which we're going to kick off the Metaphysical Moon live on both Facebook and Instagram. So be certain to, at the end of the show, I will tell you where you need to go, or you can check the description box below, and it will, in there you will find exactly what you need to do if you want to participate in that. We're going to get together and we're going to have serious discussions about our lives, because we have some massive changes, some massive overhauls that are going to be done, that need to be done, that are long overdue, right? And we are going to sign our pledge and pact contract. Okay? It's a pact of promise, pledge of promise pact. And that is for ourselves, in which we list the things that we want to see begin and the things we want to see be gone. Those things that want to be gone, okay, we're going to take our spiritual baths and rinse ourselves free and clear of it while we meditate on these things and freshen ourselves up. And we're going to write down those things that we want to see gone, all our old pains, grief, the things that do not belong with us anymore. And with a prayer, we're going to burn that shit up. That's right. And with what's new, we're going to sign a contract. This will be a contract for you to begin. What do you think you can accomplish from here to the end of the year? That's nearly 6 months, right? And that's what this eclipse is going to focus on. This next 6 months, we're going to see big changes. You're going to be a whole new person. In fact, it's wanting you to squeeze that shit out right now and get it done, or get that person out of your house, or whatever the case may be. A lot of you may even be suffering from lunar burnout. That's right. That is a lot like a severe chronic fatigue, right? You have stomach problems that come along with that. Most likely adrenal issues as well. Thyroid issues. Make sure that you go to the doctor. Check on that for certain. But I know a lot of you guys are highly sensitive, and you're actually affected on any given day by the weather, right? I know I do. I can feel it right in my bones. I can feel the inflammation on some days. I can feel the energy loss on some days. Particularly if the day is cloudy, like here in Seattle. When the sun is out, it's like I've got this shot of energy, but when it's not there, it's like it's time to hibernate, right? So we're learning, and if you haven't started yet, we're learning how to deal with these things, right? In fact, I'm putting together a class, a workshop. It might even be longer. It depends on how things go. For us, for you guys who have yet to understand fully what it means to be highly sensitive, what it means to be an intuitive, a creative intuitive, or empathic, right? There's qualities and traits that come along with that, which has caused you to suffer your entire life. And that's what these major overhauls are about, and this big change to become that individual, that highest vision of yourself that you have always had for yourself, right? And there's a focus on our nodes. Our north node kind of tells us what our destiny is all about, where we're headed. Mine is in Scorpio, and it's been a while, but I remember it saying, For those that have that placement, they're coming out of Taurus, where Taurus is all about the earthy stuff, about security, what's safe, beauty, good money, things like that, right? Family, and leaving that era for the new era, which is all about being of spirit, right? And learning how to have dominion over those emotions and using that intuition that strengthens these dreams that you get. It's going to be an incredible time. So I'm excited. There's so much that needs to be done. It can be overwhelming. Don't let yourself get caught up in that. Make sure you do get your rest. Everything in balance. That's a big point of this moon as well. Balance. Balance. We need balance in all things. And a lot of you are fighting addictions. A lot of you are fighting overwork, problems with overwork because of the lack of funds that you feel that you need, which could be very real. And so I don't blame you. But what that does is cause you to go into an imbalance and a spin, and you end up in a burnout where you cry at the drop of a hat. You can barely make it across the room, and you have this major shutdown of your immune system. And this is why it's so important to eat right, take care of yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself, have our spiritual baths, right? Make sure you've got your Himalayan salts out. Make sure you've got your crystals, right? And anything else you want to bring into that bath. And make it a ritual for you. This is a special ritual. This is a routine that brings a sense of prayer and meditation so that you can gather your thoughts, feel refreshed and feel renewed, cleaning that gunky energy that's around us, in which we can pick up a lot of stuff throughout our days as we go about things. Now, I wanted to kind of explain, well, what does it mean to be a Capricorn moon? What does a Capricorn moon mean? Well, it's a cardinal sign, cardinal earth. Saturn is the ruling planet, right? And when you think of Capricorn, you might think of keywords like, they're late bloomers. They're very organized and ambitious, very serious people and hardworking. Have had very hard childhoods, right? They're melancholy, but later in life they become successful because they are so ambitious, and security means a lot to them. When we have the mother in our moon in Capricorn, your mother was definitely capable, right? She too ambitious with a managerial type skills, but she may not have been as affectionate as she needed to be to nurture her children. And so, she had this thing about her, like, I'm not raising children, I'm raising adults. She did better with the child as they got older than when they were small. And you may have been put in a position where you were made to be a little adult. And because of that, you have this serious attitude, right? Which later on blends because you're older. But when you're young, the other children, they've got their youthful attitudes. They're coming from different households, but because of what you had gone through, this is the personality that you've developed over the years. So when we think about the Capricorn moon, we think about the Capricorn's issues, right? The issue of dependency, right? And because you were never allowed to be dependent as a child, the Capricorn moons don't even know what to do with dependency in themselves or others, right? So in very difficult conditions, they'll actually tough it out. And then they'll expect the same from their loved ones. And they work too hard and tend to neglect themselves. This is a big problem with many people I see as of today. That has been my life story. And this is why it's so important to me that I reach out to you gals and gentlemen who have been put in a place where the family or the people at work or whatever have placed such responsibilities upon you, right? And you want to please and you want to do what's dutiful and do the right thing, and you actually really believe this is your role and you take care of it with pride like you do everything. But it's not. All it does is serve to rob you from your own personal happiness, right? And then cause you to develop resentment. And resentment is a poison. A lot of people need to recognize this, So, one of the interesting things about this lunar eclipse, this full moon in Capricorn, is they consider it, when there's a lunar eclipse on a full moon, it's called a blood moon. Well, because it's a partial eclipse, they're calling it half blood moon, which I thought was kind of cute. But these moons in July, these eclipses and moons, they're considered, they're called buck moons or the thunderstorm full moons, because of the thunderstorms and the weather that tends to happen in various places in July, right? And the animals whose antlers begins to grow at that stage, so they call it the buck full moon. And this time is amplified, okay? It's amplified because of the lunar eclipse. So things are happening rapidly. Time may feel like it's going quite fast, and you might feel like you're being pushed into a decision. You're being forced to look at your life, look at it honestly, right? Be very, very specific and have a strategy moving forward, knowing precisely what it is you want. Most people do not know what they want. They don't know their core values. They don't know who they are. So they don't know how to go about nurturing themselves. They don't know how to go about healing themselves. They don't know how to go about making changes into their lives, things that are much needed, because they don't know themselves. They're a stranger unto themselves. And that is the majority of us, my friend. And so this moon is having us look at things in a very big way. Okay, don't be surprised when the relationships you've been considering leaving, but you end up doing just that. Or a job, you just might leave it. Or you just might start a business. You just might start doing new things that enter your life. You just might be working with a coach, let's say, and developing your life for the better, changing things up, right? So this moon, make sure you make the best of it. You take this time to really meditate, pray, consider everything. Think about your life. Think about what is very important to your heart. What is it that you need the most in your life? What is it that feels free-flowing? So, what we're going to do is pull some cards. I'm very excited about this. I want to see what the cards have to say. I've got a couple of decks of Oracle for the moon, goddess of the moon, and I've got the Moonology. I have the Universe Has Your Back. All right. I have the Wisdom of Avalon and the Mini Rider-Waite Tarot. So I'm going to pull a few from those. Okay. But first, I'm going to take from the goddess of the moon, because this is going to be our theme. The major themes that we're looking at for this time period. Okay? What does the energy look like for all of us as a collective for this full moon in Capricorn, lunar eclipse? What do we have? Okay. Fruition. Fruition. At the bottom of the deck, we have protection. You're being protected by spirit, okay? You might feel naked. You might feel awkward. Whatever move it is you're making, it's brand new. You're not used to it. But you have the strength. And this is going to bring those things to fruition. These things that you've been wanting to put together for so long, that you've been working so hard at, going through all the shadow work, doing the soul work, going through the hurdles. We did the work. We've been doing the work. For a lot of you, it's been for the past 18 months. That's right. So we've got here, it's a harvest. And we've got things coming to fruition. We've got the number 37, which is a 10, which makes also a 1. So we've got endings and beginnings. And I'm thinking, because the fruits and vegetables and everything here, the trees, I'm thinking that this is going to be around late summertime, September. That's right. The harvest moon is what it says. So we're looking at fruition. We're looking at bringing things into fruition. Manifesting those things that we have been working on. Do not fall back. Fall forward. Fail forward. Do not be afraid of failure. It's going to happen. We're not perfect beings. We never were. Okay? Not in this world. Do what it is you love. Okay? Do what it is you really love. And don't expect any outcomes. This is what I have been told by Spirit. Do not expect an outcome. And you will only be able to see the vision of the steps before you. You won't be able to see too far in the future. You're only going to be able to make these baby steps, and you're going to have to learn to go by your inner guidance, and you're going to be almost forced to do things in a very intuitive way, right? Living intuitively, which is what I've been preaching and practicing for some time now. It's not easy. It's not easy, but you learn a lot, and it starts to become a part of you, right? So fruition. Now, let's move over to... Ooh. My goodness, people. Please forgive me. Don't make a mess of your life. Don't make a mess. I just got that message. Don't allow somebody else that you've had around you for some time that probably needs to go. They're toxic, and you will not be able to move on should you keep them around and not do what it is that Spirit is asking you to do. You have a special and important message and mission that you need to be on. And these other things don't serve you, and they're only there to serve as a distraction. Okay? You don't need it. You don't need it. You know, I'm sensing deception even. Be careful that you don't deceive yourself, you know, when making these decisions. It can be easy to lie to yourself about a relationship because you do not want to give it up. But it'll happen. It's going to happen regardless. Because if you're not yoking with that individual, you're on a different path. They haven't changed, and their problems are leaking into your life. And it's like Scripture says, you must yoke, because these problems will arise. And what it's going to do is it's going to cause a lot of frustration and upsetment and heartbreak. It really is. It's going to be very hard. So what you need to do is eliminate the possibility for that of happening, right? If it's at all possible. Otherwise, keep your distance. Now, I've got this back. I can't believe they fell down like that. I apologize. I'm going to grab the Wisdom of the Oracle. I don't want to go too long today, because we've got no more than 45 minutes. So, go to the Wisdom of Avalon. Did I call it the Wisdom of the Oracle? This is my second time. So, the Spirit is going to give us cards, and they're saying partnership again. I'm getting this idea that they're telling you that you are protected, okay? You have the heavenly realms with you. You can choose to ask for their guidance, for their help, and their support at any time. They can't intervene unless you ask for it. So we've got partnership here. You might be in a relationship with somebody who is a very angry individual, can be mean. But there's something healing. Oh, wealth, knowledge, and healing. We've got the serpent here. We have the stag. Pride in your leadership. Okay? Drop any jealousy or retaliation or anger or any fighting that you're doing with anybody in your life. Know that you are being protected and you're in partnership. This is a partnership with Spirit, okay? You're going to stand up in a leadership position, and however form that may be. You might be an advocate for somebody or a group. You might be a teacher. You might be a speaker. You might even be a writer. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. It's going to be different for everybody. But this is saying this is what you are. Stand up as a leader. Knowledge and healing. This and the knowledge of healing. You're going to be healing your emotions. And a lot of these old, outdated pains and things from the past are dissipating. They no longer apply right now, right? They don't have a place in your life at this moment. So you're healed. You're in a place where you can now share what you have been through. And it says here, it's going to bring you wealth. Absolute wealth. And that's amazing. And remember, wealth can be any number of things. It's whatever that means to you. It's whatever that means to you. But due to your knowledge and due to your healing, you bring wealth. All right. Moving on. Those are the themes. So we're looking at wealth, leadership, protection from Spirit, things coming to fruition. It looks very exciting. This is an exciting and beautiful time. Do not fight. Do not get sucked into arguments or anger of any kind. Let's see what the Rider-Waite has for us. Oh, they're wanting to spit out. These guys all love to talk. I'm going to say this right now. They love to talk. So we've got strength. Wow. Transformation. And the Page of Wands. Leo energies, Scorpio energy, Sagittarius energy. Why am I not surprised? When I pulled from the Moonology deck when doing a reading, I pulled out the Scorpio, the Libra, the Sagittarius energies. They were all right there. So, understand that you need to keep your strength about you as you go through this transformational process. And you're going to come out at the other end fierce, passionate. You're the entrepreneur. Looks like you have been working on something to become this new entrepreneurial, creative individual, which is perfect because we're being asked at this time to create a life that we've always wanted, to create the person that we've always wanted to be. It's about being that person. Be that individual. There's no reason in this world why you can't. And right now, there are so many people who are starting up businesses in all of the areas that they're interested in. There's so many kinds for so many different kinds of people. And even in the area you choose, your niche, even with that, there's so many differences among people because everybody's different. They have different skills and they blend things differently. And yours won't look the same, so you're going to be highly unique. Highly unique. And it's going to make it be so that you're sought after. As long as you are yourself. Be yourself. Dance to the beat of your own drum. Dance, dance, dance. Dance to the beat of your own drum. Be your own brand. Be your own inspiration. Be your own muse. I can't stress that enough. Be your own muse. You have what it takes. You are a badass. You know it. You have been through hell and back with the ups and downs, the losses, pains, the tragedies, the deaths in your life, for many of you. All those things are old now. You've had this last 18 months to really look back over those things and prepare for this new being that you're becoming. You're in this cocoon, ready. It's ready to hatch, right? It's ready to hatch. And when you come out, things will never be the same. That old cycle has ended. And anything that's around you that is still trying to bring or leak that stuff in, it's got to go. Now, what else have they got to say? July, Cancer full moon. I'm sorry, Capricorn full moon. Okay. Ooh, there we go. The Emperor. That's an Aries. Okay. Looks like things are easing up as far as work. What I'm seeing here, though, is the fighting, the wars that have been playing out with people in your lives dissipating. That's wonderful. That's a lot of emotional maturity is what that is, spiritual and emotional maturity. And this is why Spirit is blessing you with this gift of this life that you've been dying for. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. That's wishes coming true. That's emotional satisfaction in your life. The very thing you've been searching for forever. Forever. The 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So with both knights, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the 3 of Wands as you look out into your future, waiting for your ships to come in, which are coming slowly, step by step, right? The Spirit wants you to know that you need to do this step by step. You need to have patience. And this is probably one of the biggest things you've needed to learn in this cycle. You may have never finished things in the past and never brought things to fruition because you ended them too early. Now, with these 4 of Wands, I'm looking at it like this is amazing, okay? You've got the 4 of Wands with the 9 of Cups here, and You have the Five of Wands, which is reversed with the Emperor. You're having about your home life. If this is dealing with it with an Aries Emperor, this relationship is looking great for the future. This relationship is going to blossom. And if it is you, it's the same. It looks like that mindset that you were carrying around with yourself is gone. It's going away. You're beginning to understand how to manifest. You're beginning to see how the mirror effect of things, right? And how somebody else can mirror what you are going through, right? Especially if you're in these twin flame kind of relationships. But I'm seeing the Four of Wands. It's very happy. You're headed into a new place in life, one that you're not used to. You're used to hardship, you're used to loss. But because of what you're working for and what you have been working toward, all the seeds you've planted, this is where you're headed. It says right here, wealth. In our oracle cards, due to knowledge and healing, and because you did heal yourself, taking a position of leadership. And with strength, pride, right? Going through your transformational process. The cups, 9 of them. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then finally, you waiting for your ships to come in. Knowing you gotta wait step by step. Right? It'll come to you. But it's easier that way because what you're doing is so big and it can go on for so long that it needs to be brought down step by step by step. A lot of you are getting married. A lot of you are having children for the first time, right? You're pregnant right now. Or you just found out you were. But many of you are starting new passion projects and new businesses. And wow, it's incredible. I see it. Yep, work. There's the Tower moment. It's coming. You're not going to be facing these nightmares anymore. At night, yep. The Ten of Swords, gone. You're moving away from it. Six of Swords here. Finally, the Magician. Badass. Badass! Do I need to say any more? Oh, and then we've got the Empress. The Empress, Queen, and the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups. I love it. The Ace of Wands is here. The Ace of Wands is right here. It was the next card. I took a peek. It's all wonderful. Passion is coming back. You're going to live a life of passion, of love, of leadership, and the life that you desired so. Becoming the person you wanted to be with those core values, with that inner guidance that you were seeking. Being able to trust yourself, being able to nurture and care for yourself, showing self-love, making that your life's purpose, and not doing something out of feeling that you have to, out of force. Now we're going to gather the last card from the Moonology deck before we end here. Okay. The July 16th lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse. Ooh, oops. Balance spirituality and practicality, right? As of today, nothing's going to come out of the situation, right? Because this is long term. Oops. And then we've got what looks like balance. Balance. But a new cycle is beginning, of course, right? It says here. It shows the scales of justice being balanced out. And you might have some Libra in your chart, if not no Libra, right? With the Scorpio, with some Sagittarius, definitely, what have we got here? Possibly Taurus as well. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Yeah. More confirmation here on, oh, and an Aquarius. Oh, wow. The Ace of Swords have popped out with the Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. You've got some great things happening. This is all about passion for life being reignited, a change within you which brings a change outside of you. But you already have started that, and the seeds are there. They've been planted. You're going to see them sprout. I know you've been very discouraged. It's hard. A lot of you have been feeling like your relationships are going to end. They're not going to work. A lot of you are ending these relationships, and it's not going to be easy. But this is your time. This is about building you up and becoming that person you always wanted to be and getting that life you have always wanted to get. It's time. You can't have fear. New cycle is beginning. A new romantic cycle. But that also includes, having a romance with yourself. Learning to love yourself. Right? So we're going to finish off with the universe has your back. Get one of these to leave you with a message. Something positive to think about. Alright. It's for July. Lunar eclipse. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Yes, they are. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender some more. Remember those two. Those are your messages. Those are your messages. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. And they really are. In fact, don't be surprised if you get a lot of synchronicity and signs. The universe will talk to you. And right now, this is a time of high manifestation, and we're moving in time almost like at a rapid rate. Be careful what you're thinking of. Watch your thoughts, because you just might manifest something you did not want in your life. So be careful of that. That's a warning to you all. I love you. Remember, you are protected. Okay? Spirit is really on your side. The universe is on your side. They do have your back. They want you to accomplish these things. They want you to have that love in your life. They want you to come together in balance, masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang, the twin flame coming together, whether that's within you or that's a very real relationship with somebody you're with. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for taking your time to visit with me here at the Metaphysical Mystique. And I will try to be here again next week. We might try fortnightly. I don't know. We'll see. I've got a lot on my shoulders at the moment, and I'm sifting through and trying to decide how I want to do all of this. But here we discuss all things metaphysical, parapolitical, philosophical, spiritual, right? And I provide the intuitive reads. Intuition is an extremely important topic, as well as the topic of the fact that we are empathic. Many of us. Soulful, sensitive, intuitives. The world needs us at the moment. They're really looking for our type. And so that's good news for you right there. For a lot of you that are looking for jobs. Right now, the number one quality is emotional intelligence. And many of you are loaded with it. And now, you're on your way to really honing your spiritual intelligence, and that's amazing. That's incredible. And so kudos to you. If you want to sign up for my free email list, that's going to be in the description box. If not, it's www.subscribepage.com/thesacredraven.coach. Okay? And that should take you to where you need to go. Other than that, I am going to say sayonara. I love you, and we shall see each other soon. Mwah, mwah. Bye-bye.